Hey folks, welcome back to Good Enough Customs. Yeah, this is more just kind of an update video. Not really doing any work. Kind of had the wind knocked out of me this week. If y'all follow me on social media, you probably already know what I'm talking about. About a year and 3 weeks ago, Jackson totaled out my 2015 GMC pickup that I had. I enjoyed it. It was a nice truck. Not that big of a deal, it was a good truck, but I wasn't heartbroken about it. Well, this past week Taylor had to borrow my truck and we had a repeat. I swear, kids, apparently a deer ran out in front of her. Rather than just plowing the damn deer over, she swerved it, went down off, it was a no shoulder type road, went down, from the best we can figure, she hit the edge of a concrete driveway, which then sent the truck kind of airborne. And well, my very clean, used to be clean, 98 GMC, yeah, it's not clean anymore. She's beat pretty good. So yeah, I'll just show you. So yeah, this right here is kind of what I was figuring. Concrete that would definitely do that. The back tire, yeah, the rear axle is no longer where it needs to be. I have dubbed this forbidden quadristeer, but yeah, broke that wheel as well. That tire might be okay, probably not, but it might be. Front tire, she gone. It's got a split in the sidewall, yeah, right here. So, and these were damn near brand new tires. I mean, let's see, caught a best we can figure is she hit a trash can, and that's the only thing that we can figure hit that. Nothing else was broken on the front, just that big old dent in the hood. The impact, I'm pretty sure, because it looks like the truck is, it's hard to translate the camera, but the front of the truck is pushed this way. It's definitely bent the front frame rail. Something's not quite right here, but you can see where the tire got into the entire inner fender. So definitely the front suspension at the very least is completely ruined, which also, this is why I'm figuring we got a bend in the frame up here, is because of this dent. It's, it kinked in, nothing hit it, but yeah. The rear of the truck is really where the majority of the damage is, and I'm having kind of a hard time deciding. I'm assuming the frame's bent back here. It could just be the bed's that tweaked, because the bed is really tweaked, but the way everything else is kind of sitting, I don't see how there's not frame damage here. But I mean, you can see, we spread out at the bottom, tighten up at the front. It definitely got in here. You can see this whole side of the bed has kissed all the way over here. I'm really shocked this window didn't get broke. I'm very shocked. But that tells me right there that, this whole bed came up. So yeah, I'm sure there's some rebound there with the frame, but I'm guessing, I don't know how that frame wouldn't be bent. I haven't crawled underneath it to look and see if there's any damage there, anything obvious underneath. I mean, other than the actual obvious. Bedside's kinked in right here, nice big kinked in, where the tire got shoved back. It rolled up the back bottom edge of that. Got another little stress dent right in there. The bed floor, see if you can kind of see what I see here. Yeah, you can see it, it kicks up right there. So it's buckled up right here all the way just in front of the wheel well. Again, this is all bowed out from where the tire came up and hit. The rib that supports that rear part of the bed, it's pancaked. Also, my gap back here is definitely tweaked. So the bed gap. The tailgate survived, mostly unscathed. No dents. It has a few additional scratches on it. Luckily the cables were still hanging on for dear life. But you can see where it impacted there, cut the bed liner. The only real damage on the tailgate is this latch got ripped. So got to replace that latch. But tailgate's actually still in really good shape. Oh, surprisingly, it did not pop the airbags. So airbags are still intact. So we're good there. If we look under here, you know, y'all might remember me putting these shocks on. That is not the angle that they are supposed to be operating at. The shock mount has sheared off. It has squished my exhaust. I don't know if I can see that from this angle or not. The exhaust got squished. Broke the hard line on the brake. Obviously, oh, okay, so it didn't rip those off. I thought it possibly sheared off the U-bolts, but yeah, they're still intact. The center pin, I found the head. You can see that it's missing the head, but I found the head for the center pin for the leaf springs, laying in the middle of the floor of the, laying in the middle of the road. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty tight right in here, so I can't quite see everything I need to see. Pinion seal is definitely leaking now. The drive shaft is still up, but Crook looked underneath it while it was on the road, in the middle of the road, and he said that the drive shaft had been pulled out. I mean, it would make sense because, you know, the rear axle's, I don't know, 1.5 feet away from where it's supposed to be. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, here you can see that bed mount or that bed rib where it's just, you know, bananaed. Yeah, it's just oof. She took a wallop. I don't know if there's any other damage on the leaf spring. I would assume the leaf, oh yeah, I can see the leaf spring's bent. Maybe you can kind of see it back in there, but right there at the eyelet, it's not supposed to be at that angle. Yeah, so definitely some significant damage. Fun fact, this is one of those times whenever you kind of go, you know, I should have really thought about this. You know, I didn't buy this truck outright. I had to pull a personal loan, not for the entire amount, but for a good bit of it, and I just carried liability on it. Yeah, you can feel free to make fun. I feel like a dumbass. So yeah, I pulled the liability on it only. So now I get to continue paying my monthly note on that personal loan that I pulled for this truck. And this is what I've got. I can't drive it. Motor still runs, I think. Interior, everything's still the same, so it's got a good interior. Yeah, it's very disappointing. Very, very disappointing. So I don't know what I'm going to do just yet. I know I'm definitely going to get me another driver, another daily driver. Having to continue paying on this loan, it's not a ton, but having to continue paying on that, I have to take that into account with whatever I buy. So it's really limiting me on what I'm going to buy. It's just all around not a great time. So what am I going to do with the X Daily? I guess we'll start calling it the X Daily. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. I doing a quick inventory in my head, I'm going, okay, front clip is pretty decent. That down will come out. I think, and the reason why I say I think the frame rail's bent, I mean, if you look at my gap, it's where it should be back there, and it's opened up a 1/2 inch here. I guarantee you that front frame rail's bent out. So yeah, I've got it. I've got a good front clip. This is the only dent, but that'll come out pretty easy. That's not a bad dent. Door's still good. Interior still excellent. I mean, see if I can't do that. I mean, interior still just, you know, super clean. Unlike in my 2015, there wasn't drinks that were tossed and scattered about. So I still got a good interior, really good interior. I still got a very strong 350. Hopefully I've still got a good 4L60 transmission. It did make some noises when they were dragging it around, but that may have been because it was still in gear. Don't know yet. Driver's side, well, I mean, shit, driver's side's clean. Just look at this side. The truck still looks a-okay. So yeah, I don't know. I've got a billion ideas running around in my head. I'm like, well, I mean, I could try parting this thing out, recoup some of my money that way. I don't see it being a lot. You know, maybe I could get a couple $3,000 out of all the parts that are left over. But then the downside to that is I have to deal with people on Marketplace. Yeah, I don't want to deal with people on Marketplace. People are idiots. I hate dealing with people. So still available. I'll trade you a basketball and 3 pieces of chewing gum. You in? So I don't know if that's the way I want to go with it. Probably not. I hate dealing with people, man, especially dumb people. So I've got that as an option. Not likely, but it's there. Another option would be to buy another 97, 98, maybe even 96 GMC or Chevy K1500. I mean, even with that nasty dent in the back of the cab, yeah, it's still a pretty good cab. Still got great interior, still got a great drivetrain, a whole front clip, you know, basically everything from there this way, body wise and interior wise, are okay. Mechanically should be okay, minus suspension parts. So you know, I could buy another truck, but man, then I got to tear down 2 trucks and rebuild one, and I'm kind of in the middle of that right now. Well, I've got one torn down, one partially assembled, and you'll see how my motivation level works on all that. So so I've got that option. Another option, which is, it's an outside option. I don't know if I want to do this one or not. My other option is this guy. Bear with me. So Jackson has bought a little Nissan. That's his daily driver now. This guy pretty much just sits parked all the time. It doesn't really get driven unless, you know, I need him to run to the dump or something, you know, because he's still banned from driving any of my vehicles, which, by the way, Taylor is now banned from driving any of my vehicles. You know, burned me once. But yeah, so we got an old mattress and some trash in the back of it, ready to go to the dump. Harvey needs a lot of body pieces, a lot of body panels. Pretty much the entire front clip, the whole grill. It could stand a new fresh front bumper. As you can tell, the interior is extremely lackluster. It's, well, frankly, it's pretty damn rough. You know, the doors, both of them look like this. Actually, the passenger side door handle doesn't even work at this point. The bed, well, this part's great. There's trash back there. It's trashed on the back corner over there. Tailgate's caved in. So, you know, I could spend $500 on Marketplace, buy a new bed, and I could reskin this entire truck and then replace the entire interior. The little 4.3 that's in it runs great. Training's a little herky-jerky nowadays, but it could just be low on fluid. Yeah, I've got options, so I could always doll Harvey up and make him something fairly nice. You know, it would still be a 300,000 mile plus truck, but it would have a lot of fresh panels on it. And at that age, I mean, it's 25, 26 years old. Nobody really cares anymore. So so it could have as many miles as it wants. It's got a fresh drivetrain, all that stuff. So I mean, there is that option. I could make this a really, really, really cool truck. and then I could drive it. I'll just, you know, basically claim it as mine, and it is still titled to me, so technically I guess it is still mine, or legally or whatever. But yeah, I don't know just yet. I got to figure out what I'm gonna do. There's a lot of thinking to go on here and figure out the best path. So anyways, these are kind of my options right now with the X Daily. I guess we'll start calling it the X Daily. So these are kind of my options right now. But anyhow, folks, that's just kind of an update as to what's been going on around here. For me, it's not been any working in the shop. Frankly, I haven't had the time. Right now with work, it's taken up a significant amount of my time. You know, the stuff I do to actually pay the bills, not cause more bills. But yeah, coming up in the next couple 3 weeks, work's going to take up the majority of my time. I got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff I'm responsible for, and things I got to get done at work. So you know, like I said, it pays the bills. This stuff doesn't. So I got to focus on what pays the bills right now. But I do miss getting out here in the shop and doing some work, and you know, doing my editing and you know, talking to you folks, you know, fairly regular. So that should be coming. Hopefully I can get, God, I'd really want to be back in the swing of this, you know, this month. I don't think I'm going to get much time this month to be able to do anything, really. It's probably going to be next month. So probably sometime in July, maybe I can get back on a semi-regular type of schedule where I can get out here and do some stuff. But you know, I appreciate y'all guys hanging with me. You know, sometimes life just, you know, this, like I said, I don't make any money from this, or what money I do make is like, you know, it's, what is it that was saying I was making monthly, like $22. So nice. So virtually no money made here. Trust me, I spend well in excess of $22 a month just working on, you know, good enough stuff. So I can't wait to get back to doing this stuff regular, or at least semi-regular, and being able to share my projects and all that fun stuff with y'all. Now, I will be at the Southeastern Truck Nationals, like I am every year, second weekend of July. That's July 11th and 12th this year. I do plan on being there. Definitely Big John will be there. Don't know what else I'm gonna have. Planned on bringing this one just because it's a comfortable ride to and from. It's a little over an hour drive each way, you know, for that show. So air conditioning, cruise control, those things are nice. They're very nice. So, you know, I'd planned on driving this, but obviously that's not happening. So I'll definitely have Big John out there. Maybe I'll figure out a way to get Little John up there. Maybe it'll be Harvey. Who knows? Maybe I'll find me a decent little daily that I can, you know, that I'll drive up there and put in the show anyways, just because why not? So I've got 2 tickets where I paid for 2 vehicles. So, you know, use it or lose it. If you do make your way out there, you want to swing by and say hi. Typically we are set up in the, there's a newer pavilion that was just built a couple years ago out next to where they do the swap meet. So we're literally right there next to the swap meet, inside the I guess I would call it the fairgrounds or whatever. So that's generally where we're set up. Usually me and about, I don't know, 10 or 12 of our good buddies are out there. So we're usually all set up underneath that pavilion. But if you're out there, swing by, say hi. I'd love to talk to you. I'd give you, you know, some stickers if I got some with me. I think all my stickers are in this truck. I probably ought to get those out. All right, with that, I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Not much else to talk about. Haven't really done anything else. Just standing here mourning the loss of a fallen OBS that was so nice. That was such a nice truck. Damn it, man. All right, well, I do appreciate y'all guys watching. Be sure and hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, feel free to subscribe, or not, whatever. You do you, man. If you want to follow me on social media, that information is listed down below. I guess I'll see y'all guys at Southeastern Truck, or we'll see you next time. But either way, if I see you there or I see you here, just remember, folks, it ain't gotta be perfect, just good enough. That is not good enough. Y'all take it easy. We'll see you next time.